Hey, everybody. I'm going to wait until you guys get the notification. All right. Hopefully, everybody's been doing well. We're going to wait for the notification to go out. Oh, happy Tuesday, everybody. The month is pretty much over. Hey, Apple. The month is pretty much over, Apple. Hey, beautiful Jasmine. How are you doing, my love? Hey, only. Y'all know the month is over. You know, we have that full moon coming in on Halloween. Can y'all feel the power already? Have y'all been feeling the power? Hey, Taylor Love, how are you? Hey, sis, how are you? Karen in the house. How are you, my love? Aisha, where you been, girl? I have missed you. How are you? The energy has you jacked. Only this is what I've been doing. I have literally been doing the Hawaiian Hoko Ono prayer, I think it's called, right? The 4 sentences. I'm sorry, please forgive me. I love you, as well as thank you, right? So you guys can look that up. I have literally that's been my mode of where I go to throughout the day. I start off the day with that, and then I tap in throughout the day with that also. Hey, the real Mercedes Benz. How are you? How are you? Mercedes is in the house. Okay, y'all. So, high heart chakra cleansing. Okay, yeah. Just so you guys know, I have finished the monthlies for November. Okay, if you're part of the Patreon community, you're gonna start to see those actually uploaded before Saturday. All right. Everyone else, you guys will have them by the 1st. Okay. Carla, how are you, my love? Thank you, my love. Yeah, Aisha, I needed to take this time off. Can I tell you guys something? You don't really, if you think you know people, you don't. Hey, Kim, how are you? My mentor is in the house, y'all. Kim Warner is in the house. You don't really know people sometimes until you have death in the family or anything surrounding money. Okay, so I want to tap into a few things today, my lovelies. Okay, so my last live, I spent a really long time. If you can go back when I talked about creating within the darkness, right? And understanding dark matter. I spent probably about 40 minutes giving you guys a clear definition of the alchemic definition of dark matter, as well as the self-alchemist definition of dark matter or darkness. Okay. Hey, everyone. How are you, Evelyn? So I spent, thank you, my love. I appreciate that, Evelyn. So I spent like 40 minutes, guys, going over that. So I suggest that you really go back and watch the context of that video so you can see exactly how we're going to be building for the next 2 months. Okay. We are now full-fledged in the underworld season. We're in Scorpio season, y'all. Okay. Shout out to all the Scorpios in the house. Okay. Scorpio over here. And major shout out if you have Scorpio energy in your chart, right? So we've now entered the realm of the underworld. I told you guys months ago that Spirit was saying that you needed to pay attention to the deities of the underworld. You needed to pay attention to the gods and the goddess of the underworld, and you needed to understand exactly what position they play and what role they play. That is important, okay? I gave you guys also dates in the live, okay, that you need to pay attention to, okay? Coming up on Saturday, which is the 31st, okay, we have major energy happening. Well, a few things is happening. First of all, it's Halloween, okay, which means that the veil to the spiritual realm is actually hollow, okay? You can see through it, okay? So not only that, I have not done my full research yet, but it's also, if I'm not mistaken, a super blue moon, all right? Now, even when we tap into just connectively where blue or the color blue represents, we're talking about throat chakra. Okay. So just be mindful. Okay. And I'm going to come back before the full moon and we're going to do a whole breakdown. Okay. Of exactly what you guys need to know, spiritually, mentally, physically, and emotionally going into this moon phase. Okay. Now, this is going to be a very, very, very powerful transition. All right. First of all, it's happening in Scorpio season. So that's big and major transformation. Can somebody remind me of what sign that moon is happening in? I don't have my notes in front of me. But it's happening in Scorpio season, which means that that's one of the it's a powerful moon happening in transformation season, which means that you have an opportunity to die to the oh, thank you, Kim. Taurus. Oh my goodness. So we talking about second house. Thank you. So we're talking about second house. As a matter of fact, Kim and I was talking about that Taurus second house energy on, if I'm not mistaken, Kim, I think it was a couple of days ago. We were talking about that, right? So let's just talk about the Taurian energy, okay? First of all, you need to get some type of understanding about how these planets move. Another thing that you need to pay attention to is the shadow energy of Taurus, okay? You need to be mindful of the shadow side of Taurus, and you also need to be mindful of any Taurian energy in your chart, but also what that represents in the collective, okay? So, first of all, Taurus energy, if you have to think of an archetype in which it dwells in, you can think of the archetype of I have, all right? Taurus is ruled by Venus, okay? Now, thank you, Ocean Lover. Thank you, Kim Warner. I appreciate that. Taurus is ruled by Venus. So we're talking about, this is why you can, guys, listen to this, right? When you begin to learn the archetype of these different houses and the planets that they're ruled, you can begin to look at people, their personality traits, their behavior, and you can actually see what star system they were born in, okay? Now, this is important because Taurians love luxury. Okay, this is all about I have, right? The balance here in the Taurian energy is definitely also about stability because you can gain stability within the house of Venus, right? Venus is all about balance, right? The other aspect of that is Libra. Libra is also ruled by Venus, which is also all about balance. So you can think of Venus energy as beauty and balance, right? So you got beauty and you got balance. Okay. So you can think about the energy with beauty and balance. Okay. So we got Scorpio unfolding in Venus in Taurus, which can be all about I have. If you're not careful with that Taurian energy, which can happen is you can become very self-absorbed and narcissistic with the energy. You can become very materialistic, right? You can have your priority, especially when it comes to finances. Okay. You can have your priorities a little misconstrued. Okay. Because we're going through new energy and really what's happening across the board now for everyone. There's all aspects of your life now, really, that's coming up to review. Those ancestors that I talked about in the past 2 lives, I see them again. There's 2 elder ancestors showing up and one on each side is holding a big shifter and they're shifting things. Okay. So I'm going to tell you guys right now, please know that the next 2 months, especially up until the end of the year, coming into that January 2012, January 2021. Okay. Approaching that energy, please know we're in the underworld. So things may look dark and bleak, but that is an illusion. Okay. Really what it's doing is it's giving you an opportunity to judge things from a different perspective and for you to be able to create right from the womb. Are y'all hearing me? This is giving you the opportunity for you to create from the womb. Okay. Hold on a second. Hey, love, I'm live. Can you hear me? Hello? I'm going to text you because I can't hear you, but I'm live. Hello? Hey, love, I'm live. I'm live. Yeah. Are you going in or you not? Okay. Okay. Enjoy your day. Okay. Sorry about that. Hey, Everett, how are you? Missed you, Everett. Okay. So, this is giving you an opportunity to learn how to create in darkness, aka the wound. All right. Now, I taught you guys before, you were being programmed all day, every day. And I'm going to break that down again. Okay. So you're either being programmed through trauma. If you turn on the news, okay, it is trauma filled. Okay, so you're either being programmed through trauma. Okay, you're either being programmed through symbols. Okay, if you look around you, all of the logos, the McDonald's, the Subarus, the Toyotas. Okay, you're being programmed through symbols. Okay, or you're being programmed through repetition, the commercials, the commercials that tells you, okay, you take this drug and it might kill you, might give you a heart attack, but it's going to stop this, right? You're programmed constantly through repetition. Okay, you're programmed constantly through symbolization. Okay, and you're also programmed through trauma, and this happens consistently. Okay, consistently. All right. Okay, see, look at that. Everett just said it, data bombardment. So this is why I advise my clients not to fall asleep with the news on. You don't want to do that, okay? If you are going to fall asleep and you're falling asleep with anything on, you need to be sleeping with things that can uplift your subconscious to tap into your superconscious and allow your higher self to come forth, okay? Not because your sleep means that you are asleep. When you are asleep, your superconscious and your subconscious self then gets to act and come into play. All right. One of the best ways for you to be able to change states and create a new habit is you can do mental reprogramming at night by just replaying the same thing over and over. I think I don't know if it was Ronnie. Somebody said it on the last live that they healed their high blood pressure through meditation for 21 days. Okay, so we're talking about repetition, which programs your subconscious mind and taps into your superconscious self, which is the womb. Now, I'm a Reiki certified energy healer, and one of the things that we learn in Reiki energy healing is that your disease, the physical disease within your body first comes from a dis-ease within your spirit or one of the chakra portals. Okay, so you need to also understand that. Now, if we're talking energetically about what chakra we're dealing with when it comes to the Scorpio energy, right? In Scorpio season, it would be the root chakra. Okay, so we're tapping into energy from the root chakra. That is important because the root chakra is always bombarded at you daily. Okay, so what is the root chakra? The root chakra is responsible for what's on your mind constantly, all day. The root chakra is responsible also for how you build trust. Okay, the root chakra is also responsible for your relationships with family. Okay, your root chakra is also where your fear and your anxiety lies. Okay, your root chakra is also responsible for your relationship with money. Do y'all see how just that one chakra fucking kind of sets the tone of how your life is going to unfold? If any areas within that foundation is shattered or is traumatized or is toxic or is dysfunction, right? Do you see that, right? So we're stepping into a season and an age now where you don't have to become the best at knowing what all of these chakras mean and know it to a T, but you need to have some type of understanding so you can correlate, right? Spiritually first, the dis-ease within you. So before you get to a full-fledged disease, right, you can tackle stuff spiritually and heal yourself. Okay, now, the next thing you need to know, and then I'm going to get into creating within the darkness, right? Today we're talking about judgment, right? And this is going to be important because I'm going to give you a more metaphysical, alchemic or self-alchemy way for you to now use judgment, okay? Or for you to get a better understanding of the word judgment, okay? One of the things that I try to get across to you guys constantly is that we live in a world of magic and we are magical beings. We're spiritual beings. This is literally the body. The skin is literally like the shirt. It's a clothes. It's a suit that you put on. Okay. So when you go to sleep at night and your physical body is resting, your true self, your spirit then gets to explore either this earthly realm if you want to. Some of you travel between dimensions. Some of you can also travel in the astral realm, as well as you can come in and be taken with guides to different planetary systems. Okay. So I'm gonna just tell you right now, if you're coming to this channel, right, we are going to talk about I like to call them sci-fi stuff, but we are going to talk about things outside of the box, right? That is important, because if you don't begin to consider things outside of the box, then you have a limited view, right, to how the world is unfolding around you. And then you have no guidelines or no step on how you yourself can master self. Okay. So, it's important for you to know that you got the power to do everything that anyone else has the power to do. The only problem is sometimes you don't even know that that power exists within you, or you have the tools, but you don't know how to use it. It's like having a brand new car, right? And you're looking for a key to start the car, but it's one of those push button starters. Y'all know what I'm talking about? So you're still trying to find the fucking keyhole in the car, but this car don't have a keyhole. So therefore, you have a brand new car parked in the garage that's fully loaded and upgraded, but you don't know how to use the car because you're still trying to place a key where a key no longer exists. Okay, so this is why I'm trying to teach you guys how to move in this energy. Okay, you need to know how to create in the dark. The dark is not your enemy. The dark can be your friend. Okay, all right. So Scorpio season, transformation season. We got the energy coming in with Taurus. Taurus is all about I have. We're in Venus energy. Venus is in her warrior mode right now. So let's just talk about that for one quick second as we're approaching this full moon on Saturday. Okay. What does that mean? That means that Venus is checking things right now, and she's checking them in love. So she's not giving people pats in the back and passes no more. So if you've been giving pats in the back and passes, or if you've been getting pats in the back and passes, yeah, Venus is like, I love you, but that's some bullshit. And we're not fitting to do that today. Not today. So you need to understand that the energy that was here, okay, maybe 4 months ago before Venus came out of retrograde, or 5 months ago before she came out of retrograde, you're not dealing with the same chick no more. She not feeling none of that. No more passes no more. If you're not doing your work or doing your shit, she not fucking with you. And I'm gonna be honest with you, okay? That's gonna play out also on the lower vibrational end type of energy, right? So when we're talking about this energy, because there's a positive and there's a negative, what you need to do is you need to find a balance in between the two, right? So on the negative end of that, you're going to have people that's not fucking with you because you're not able to deliver them what they used to have and what they used to getting, right? So if you're not doing it the way they want to, how they want to, when they want to, they don't want to be bothered with you, right? Now, the people that's doing their work, the energy that you should be moving in is you get no more passes. I see you, and I'm going to call you out on that because that's not beneficial to you or to me, right? Now, let me just interject right here. Okay. You're going to have to be mindful of the drive-bys. And what do I mean when I say drive-bys? The drive-bys are when you choose to interact and entertain conversations that you know you should not. Okay. You know you should not. Now you up for an hour after you don't have a conversation trying to get all that heavy shit off of you when you know you shouldn't have had that conversation for an hour with this person. All right. Protect your energy in this season. All right. No more pats in the back. There is no need to have a conversation with a girlfriend about the same shit that she's been doing for 3 years, and she cannot see that she is a common denominator in the middle of the situation. Okay. Now, there's a difference between you being a friend, right, and having her to do her own work and get there and you can unpack it. But within that unpacking, I do not need to sit up on the phone with you for 3 hours, baby, when we talk about the same thing and you are not learning shit. You don't get that time anymore. Okay, I told y'all a couple of months ago, right? Yeah, you don't get that time anymore. Okay, you don't get that time anymore, right? Protect your time. That's going to be important. Okay, you need to protect your time. Okay, give me 1 second. Protect your time, protect your energy. That's going to be important, okay? Yep, Taylor Love said I had to cut those people off. That's going to be important, okay? So protect your time, protect your energy. That's going to be important. If you are tuned in, this is how you... Hey, Angela. Angela, I sent you an email. You need to check it and confirm, okay, sweetie? I sent you an email. I don't know if I said hey to Lynette, but hey, Lynette. Hey, Kelly Cows. Okay, so you need to be mindful of this, okay? You need to be mindful of this as you're moving into the energy. Do not, if you get a phone call and your spirit says to you, nah, don't answer. Don't answer. If you look at the phone and spirit says you need to grab this call, then you need to grab that call. This is how you should be moving throughout this energy right now. You should not be doing things out of fear or doing things because that's the way you normally do them. We're not in the season of normal anymore. Okay. We're in the season of new. Listen to me. We're not in the season of normal anymore. We're in the season of new. You are not in delusion right now if whether or not you're in an old time lane or loop, or if you're in your new time lane where shit is new and you're doing shit differently. Okay. So if you're in the old time loop, you're dealing with the same problems and the same people and wondering why they not changed. Okay. I'm telling you that right now. All right. When the moon goes into Taurus, come on. Hello. Okay. Everett just said when the moon goes into Taurus and Venus comes out swinging. I'm telling you, Venus is in warrior mode. She's not playing with people no more. Okay. I'm hearing that Tina Turner song in my head. What does love got to do with what love got to do with it, y'all? Okay. Yes. Kelly said it perfectly. Self-preservation for the restoration of the new. Okay. Yep. Being normal is long gone. Okay. Being normal is long gone. Long gone. Kelly, I'm breaking down the full moon energy and what you need to pay attention to as we're moving throughout the energy that's coming up on the weekend. Okay. Now you have an understanding of Venus, right? Venus is all about luxury, but she's also about balance. Right now, she's not so much in the luxurious stage of her walk. All right, because she's in warrior mode, which means she's in balance. She's cutting shit off. Hey, Ashanti. She's cutting shit off. She's cutting shit down. Things that no longer work, things that are no longer serve her, things that no longer fit, she's getting rid of. Okay. So she is not in the stage where she's, just give me. No. You don't work, you gotta go. You too small, you gotta go. You toxic, you gotta go. You dysfunctional, you gotta go. Okay. This is how she's working with this energy right now. Okay. Now, because the full moon is happening in Taurus, but it's happening in Scorpio season, it is going to be major. Listen to me. All right. It is going to be major because Scorpio represents transformation, going to the depths of things. Some of you will be getting deep-rooted answers. Some of you are going to be finding out deep-rooted secrets about people. Honey, people, true colors is going to be showing. All right. Now, with that being said, and you know what that's saying? Kelly says it all the time. When people show you who they are, you believe them, right? If you were super sensitive to this energy, you will begin to see where people's trauma begin and where yours end. You will begin to see where people toxic, where people are just dysfunctional. You will begin to see where people are just narcissists. You will begin to see traits of things within yourself. Okay. Now, this is important because when I was in meditation today, this was popping up. Okay. And hence why we're talking about judgment today and why you need to get a fucking spiritual foundation and understanding of how you ought to move in judgment in this season. Okay. Now, I had, and Kim Warner may know exactly who I'm talking about. When I started my spiritual quest, there was this bishop, Bishop Jordan, and Bishop Jordan used to teach all the time that the only person that you met is yourself, and I love Bishop Jordan because Bishop Jordan was, I want to say, he was non-traditional, because I was against church. I loved to go and learn from this man because he was not teaching from so much from a biblical standpoint of view. He was teaching metaphysics and he was revealing mysteries. And one of the mysteries that he revealed was you meet no one but yourself, and you needed to pay attention to your circle as you grew because your circle indicated where you are, okay, or where you were that you no longer need to be. Okay. So with that being said, when you're approaching this energy, especially in Scorpio season, you're going through transformation and you're going to the depths of things. When things pop up and things arise, don't be so quick to point the finger and say that it's somebody else's shit. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Okay. Scorpio season especially with Neptune being in retrograde. Okay, ain't no more fucking illusions going on right now. So some of the shit that you're going to be finding is going to be shit that you yourself needs to resolve within you. Okay, and if you don't have a proper understanding of how this energy is showing up, you can get caught up thinking that it's somebody else's lesson or somebody else's change that needs to be happening, when the universe is tapping you in the back and saying, okay, you need to embrace this part of your growth because you've been doing this for 2 years and now you graduating. Or nah, bitch, no, it ain't her, it's you. No, don't you notice every time you get around this such and such? Don't you notice with such and such? No, it's you. Okay, truth season is going to have to be key right now for the next 2 months. Be honest with yourself. If you're a fucking hypocrite, own it. Okay, if you're judgmental, own it. If you a bitch, own it. Okay, if you toxic, own it. You are not changing anything in this season that you don't own. Okay, you're only going to entertain it. You're only going to keep engaging with situations where you got to call people jealous, where you got to call people toxic. Understand this, okay? Understand this. All right. So now I broke down the energy to you. Scorpio, you're going deep, but you're going to have to face yourself. You're going to have to tell yourself your truth about yourself. And let me tell you something. When spirit start to show you shit about yourself, it ain't always pretty. It ain't always pretty. I remember when spirit started to show me within my marriage that I was a fucking hypocrite. That was not pretty because I thought everything was my husband's fault. Everything was his fault. Everything was his fault. I was perfect because I was doing my work, honey. I was the one studying. I was just starting to learn how to meditate. You know, I just started learning metaphysics. I knew more than he was. Everything was him. I was working on myself. So I had no issues, baby. Okay. And then what spirit begins to show you is that, okay, you can judge the person for this, right? But if you look at what you did, hey, Liz, but if you look at what you did last week, XYZ, although it may look different, it's still the same thing. So how can you call him out for this when you're doing the same shit? It just looks differently. Let me break this down to an example for you guys. Okay. I'm about real talk and I'm about giving examples so you guys can get a better understanding of how you got to confront shit and deal and look at yourself in the mirror. Okay. When I got married, I was really, really young, y'all. You know, I was like in my 20s, you know, and I really think people grow and people change. And sometimes you do things because you're divinely led, and sometimes you do things out of fear, and sometimes you do things because you just don't know what the fuck you're doing. So you just do shit, right? Okay. And so I got married, and obviously nobody, you know, my mother was married to my dad, but you know, they got separated, you know, early. And my mother has always been an independent woman. So I've never seen my mother in a relationship where it was a couple situation, because she's always been independent and took care of us and took everybody in and helped everybody, you know, and being, I want to say, the matriarch of the family. Okay. Now, with that being said, nobody taught me how to be a wife. Do y'all know how much fucking mistakes I made? I remember there were points that I would speak to my husband like he was a child. I remember he would sit there and I would stand in front of him and just, you know, and just do this, you know? And then I would get mad because he wouldn't talk to me. He wouldn't open up, you know? He wouldn't talk, he wouldn't open up. But think about it, you know? You're shutting down, you're open up, you're not communicating, right? And then spirit had to start to show me, but how are you communicating? You think anybody want to sit there and get the finger pointed in their face and be told all this bullshit? You think any man wants to be demasculated? Hey, light within darkness. You think a man want to be demasculated? Hey, Ryan, how are you, sweetie? But I didn't know. At this point, it's 2 years and change into the marriage, and I done fucked up so much by being a bitch, and I done did so much shit by demasculating this man who I said I loved, right? And then spirit called me out on it. You're not getting communication because look at how you're communicating. So yeah, you can judge him. Now, by any means, this is not to say, you know, he get a pass for the cheating and the fucked up shit that he did. This is not to say that. This is to say when spirits start to show you shit about yourself, the only person that you can do and change is you. Once I began to take a look at myself and I began to change the aspects of myself that I needed to change, the relationship, the way it was, it couldn't be sustained. So of course it had to crumble. right? It had to crumble. I was no longer the same person, right? I could no longer be validated or validate him in the way that we were being validated, because I was healing. I was working on me. I was making sure that I did my work, right? But that came with the price of me having to be honest with myself, right? A lot of times you don't understand that you mimic what you see or what you don't see, right? A lot of times you mimic things from other people because you were taught to judge things a certain way. So you just, grow up doing this way because that's what we were taught to do, Hey, Mona. Hey, ocean lover. A lot of times that's what happens, right? We're not taught, men are not taught to openly be vulnerable in relationships. Women are not taught to openly be submissive in relationships. In a marriage or in a relationship. Shit. I was speaking to my 20-something-year-old brother the other day. And Kelly could tell you this, and we were talking about treats. He is young 20s, right? And his judgment, and when it comes to do with the relationship, is by the treat system. And those treat systems are full with gaslighting, love bombing, right? Now, if a person don't know who they are, you can fall into the gaslighting and you can fall into the love bombing. You can choose to settle, right? Or not. And all of this comes with you really knowing who you are, right? When I began to learn in my marriage that I felt unworthy, I didn't feel pretty, I didn't feel beautiful, I didn't feel like I deserve love, right? Then Spirit started to show me things within myself to take me back to places, right? Because this is what Spirit is going to do. Let me tell y'all something, right? When you begin to do your work, and you start to see things within you that you need to change, like, okay, why am I always feeling hurt and insecure when the person says this or when this happens? Once you ask that question, why? Do you know Spirit will take you back to that exact incident that happened to show you exactly where you learned that behavior and where you made a judgment call. And that judgment call that you made at the fucking age of 13 now lives with you until the age of 43. Do y'all know that? Y'all know that. So this is why we're going to learn about judgment today, right? When you judge a thing or you judge someone, you need to know that you're handing down a decision. Okay. Judgment means the ability to consider, okay, decisions or to come to a sensible conclusion, right? Judgment is also an opinion, right? Or it can be a conclusion, right? So you're either giving your opinion and how you want something to unfold, or you're giving your conclusion and how this is going to unfold, right? You also get judged, in the court of law, but that is not the type of judgment that we're talking about here today. And judgment can also be put in the definition of misfortune, right? Or maybe, bad shit happening to people. Okay. So the way that I want you to use judgment as you're moving throughout this energy, because within this energy, we're going to go through Scorpio season. Okay. The underworld. We entered the underworld, right? Transformation season. When we come into the energy of December 21st, 2020, we are definitely going to have the winter solstice. That is another major portal. I gave you guys the dates between those portals already, okay? And I believe I said from about the 21st to the 29th of December, we have powerful energy coming in, all right? When we're talking about that energy, that now pay attention. That transition from winter solstice energy, right, is like at the end of Sagittarius coming over into the beginning of Capricorn season. That is not by mistake. So y'all need to understand we are dealing with principalities and forces in higher places that you know not of, right? Which means that you are dealing with fucking energies that you need to understand so you know how to move when shit is going down. So hence judgment. When we're judging something for the next 2.5 months, you need to be mindful that you're making decisions. And you're making decisions on things or on people based on the future. I need y'all to understand that. The decisions that you're making right now, right? The decisions that you're making right now, the energy that you're in right now, you're making decisions based on your tomorrow. So this is why you want to judge properly or judge accordingly, okay? Now, The first step of really understanding judgment when you're doing alchemic work, or you're doing self-mastery, or you're doing your own personal work, right, is before you judge someone else, you need to look at yourself. Yeah, I hope y'all understand that. Before you judge someone else, or before you judge a thing or a situation, you need to look at yourself. This is important. Okay? This is important. And the reason why this is important is because if you don't look at yourself to find and make sure that that shit that you're judging is not within you, you may have missed the fucking lesson. Hence, you are judging a thing incorrectly, and then you can have that shit circle back once we transition into the new energy. Understand what I'm saying? Before you judge a person, a thing, a situation, you need to go and look at yourself to make sure that thing that you judging, that person that you judging, that situation that you judging, that you don't have some form of that shit within yourself. Okay? Now, let me give you an example. Okay? Let me give you an example. So, say, for example, you get a phone call and you were telling your girlfriend about all of these wonderful things that you want to do, right? And all of these wonderful things that you are thinking about doing, right? Now, you are excited about this because you're on your spiritual path. You got your crystals, you know, you even packed a mask for this trip because, you know, some people, you know, got their mask thing. You know, you haven't been paying attention to the news. You just know that you are on this journey and spirit has told you that you need to go on this trip. Okay. So you get on the phone with your girlfriend. Okay. And you're telling her about this trip, and you're telling her about this how wonderful this trip is, right? And your girlfriend then begins to tell you, I don't think you should take this trip. And do you not know the death count? And do you not know this and this? And this happened in Alabama. I was watching this, and then this happened. You sure you want to go through Alabama? Okay. She judged your situation, right? Now, you can sit there, you can judge your girlfriend, and you can say, oh my gosh, she don't want me to, you know, go anywhere. She don't want me to be anything. She don't want me to, you know, she's always negative. You can do all of that, right? You can, you know, and 9 times out of 10, some of that shit may be true, right? But how are you to judge that situation in the right now that's going to prepare you for your journey or your trip, right? If you are able to judge that situation correctly, you can see that your girlfriend is self-projecting, right? Because she's caught up in the fear, because she's caught up in the body count, because she's caught up in whatever, and she's not on the spiritual journey. She has not been sitting and meditated. She has not been with the guides. She's not been with the ancestors, right? But because she is sitting in fear, right, she has judged your situation also to be one filled with calamity, right? Mishap, misfortune. Right? And if you are not careful and go looking within yourself to find that fear within yourself, you can co-sign what she said. And then guess what? Then your fucking trip or your path, your quest that you're on could become filled with calamity and misfortune. Y'all understand what I'm saying? This shit is real. Your words, your throat chakra, and we talked about that, right? We talked about that. Your words and your throat chakra. Throat chakra energy is important energy. This is where your vibration comes from. This is why I've been telling you guys for months that you want to try to speak in your ancient dialect. Try to speak in tongues, okay? Try to break the English dialect so you can stimulate your vocational box. You can tune into different frequencies. That's important, okay? That's important. You are no longer to judge something before you check within yourself. It's just not beneficial. Okay? It is just not beneficial. Okay? And if I'm not mistaken, I think Taurus also rules throat chakra. Okay? Taurus also rules your throat chakra. Major sound and vibration going on. Your sound is trying, you know, they're trying to snatch the sound out of you. Whoever controls you emotionally can control you mentally and physically. Okay? All right. So judgment is important as we are moving throughout the energy for the rest of the year. You're going to have to watch how you judge a situation. You're going to have to find the areas within you before you judge a thing. If you find yourself being judgmental towards someone or something, please check yourself first. Go in and find within you what you find judgmental about that person. I am telling you, okay? I'm telling you. There are many different ways to get to the path that we're on. Everybody got their own path to get to nirvana, to get to heaven, to get to the good place, to get to wherever you feel that place is. There's many different paths, okay? Now, who am I to say the path that you take is not the path that you need to be on? Let me give you an example, right? I can sit here and I can judge a heroin addict for being a heroin addict for the past 25 years, right? I can sit here and I can do that. I've never took heroin, never sampled it. I don't know what that feels like. I don't even know what a person has to go through to be even, want to try something like that. But I do know of people that have had to experience that. And based on what I know of their situations, I understand that you can have emotional triggers within you that you are not mentally and emotionally strong enough to deal with and be triggered and just want to numb your pain, right? Now, I can sit here and I can judge that person for having that experience, right? I can sit here and I can judge that person for having that experience, right? Now, they had that experience for 25 years, and on the 26th year, they decide that they want to get clean. And now they've been clean for the past 10 years. And within that 10 years, they have taken every fucking heartache, every fucking shit that they've been through for the past 25 years. And now they've helped hundreds of people either divert them from taking heroin or help them to come off of heroin. So who the fuck am I to say the fact that you tried that for 25 years, you were the worst person in the world? Who am I to say that? When that route was needed to take for you to help the hundreds of other people that you needed to help in this lifetime. This is why you don't want to judge something. You don't want to judge someone. There's levels to this shit. Levels to this shit. The same person that hurt you, right, can come to their center and find their wholeness and do that the honor prayer. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. The Hawaiian prayer. They can go in and they can do that prayer and they can heal themselves and they can get out of that trauma. And do you know they can manifest beauty in their life and you're still stuck thinking about the shit that they did to you 10 years ago? And you're still judging people based on that mistake that they did to you 10 years ago, that they've now asked for forgiveness and received it? Yeah, this is how this works. There is levels to this shit. This is why you don't ever want to judge anybody on any given level. I'm telling you, you don't. You don't want to judge anybody at any given level, okay? You can start off on level 1 with me, right? And based on your life experience and based on my life experience, if you think about a video game, right? Let's think about a video game. You start out on level 1. This shit is easy. We got our foundations. We moving. We surfing through this. We both make it to level 2, you know. Oh, level 2 is a little harder. We dodging shit, you know, but we both make it to level 3, right? Level 3 takes a little bit more skill and a little bit more finesse, you know. So you may have jumped to level 4, but I had to die a few times in level 3 to master level 3, right? Now I make it to level 4, right? You jump to level 5. I pass level 4. I jump to level 5. Now we both in level 5. Now guess what? The shit that I had to go through in level 3 over and over again prepared me for level 5, but it didn't prepare you. So guess what? I jumped to level 6, no problem, but your ass is still stuck in level 5 repeatedly. You understand what I'm saying? That's how this shit works. So you don't judge anybody along this journey. You don't say another person's path can't be their path because you don't know what their purpose is. This is why you forgive everyone, right? I'm not saying that you got to walk with them and hold hands and sing kumbaya and you're not supposed to learn. I'm not saying that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that Gargamel got to be your fucking best friend. I'm not saying the energy vampires got to be your best friend. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is if you're going to be able to create within the darkness and transmute things, you need to be able to perceive things the way that you want to see them, okay? Which is no fucking weapon form. Whatever you do, no weapon form. Okay, thank you. I see you, thank you. Thank you. I see you. Thank you. The energy that it takes for you to harbor resentment and for you to harbor judgment and for you to harbor ill feelings or for you to even plot to do fucked up shit to somebody. Do you not understand the energy in which you magnetize to come back to you? Do you not understand that? A lot of people are going through right now things in their life, not because you just did shit yesterday, but because you've been doing shit for years. You've been doing fucked up shit for years. Fucked up shit for years. All right. So the universe does not do blind justice. So technically speaking, you don't really have to check anyone, right? For anything energetically, right? You state your truth. You state where you are. You state what you're accepting, what you're not accepting. And sometimes that is not even something that you need to do verbally. Sometimes that's just something that you got to do spiritually in yourself, right? Sometimes you got to tell somebody shit. You got to tell, you don't, you know, listen. A lot of times you spend too much time fucking talking to people to get people's approval. A lot of times you spend time talking to get too much people's approval. This is not the season to get nobody's approval but your own approval. You your own guru, right? The kingdom of heaven is within you. You your own guru. All the answers that you have and that you need, they're within you. Hey, Ashley, how are you, sweetie? All the answers that you have is within you. Everything. This walk right here, listen, I keep comparing the spiritual walk to you working out and exercising, right? And the reason why I do that, because anybody that work out and exercise know that you sometimes you be in some, listen, sometimes the squats are so intense, y'all, that I can't barely walk, okay? So what I'm saying to you is just like working out, right? And getting in the gym and building muscle and staying healthy, right? That can sometimes be painful. But as I keep explaining to you guys, pain is an indication of growth if you allow it to be. It does not always have to be an indication of inflammation, right? And if you're feeling inflamed, then you also need to go back to what are you doing, or what are you putting into your system, or what are you stressed out about, you know, or what's your trigger? You still got to go back to the source, right? How you're going to be able also to move through judgment for the next 2.5 months. And I keep saying judgment, right? Because we're in the underworld. Things are being judged. Okay. Asking yourself why is necessary. Okay. Asking yourself why is going to be necessary in this energy. Why do I feel the way I feel like that? Why do I think this? Okay. Why am I doing this? Okay. Why do I need to do this? Ask yourself why. There cannot be questions without first the answers being solidified, okay? Which means, my love, the answers were formed before the questions of the problem even came into view. And this is how you can move mountains. I want you to think about this. See, this is the thing. You need to think about this. The shit, listen. Hey, oh my gosh, y'all, what is up, Dan? Oh my God, I've missed you, Dan. Give a shout out to Dan, everybody. Dan, the man, is in the house. I want y'all to think about this on a simplistic basis of things, right? If you have a washing machine, you know, we have a washing machine in the house. And when the washing machine, anything is wrong with the washing machine, I have a number that I can dial the service people for them to come out and fix the problem, right? So in order for the service person to be able to know exactly what the problem would be, they would have had to know, right? There were problems. They would have to have the answers before problems. Y'all understand what I'm saying? There would have to be answers before problems. If you have a service person coming out to fix an electronic, coming out to fix a washing machine, a dryer, a refrigerator, they would need to know the answer to the problem before they come out there. So when they get there, all they need is a problem so they can pull out the answer. Y'all seeing where I'm going with this? Answers are created before problems. Okay. Ocean lovers say hi, all Xfinity. I'm telling you, right? I'm telling you, this is how this works. If you need something to be repaired in your house, you're going to call somebody that knows the answers to the problem. That's how this works. The spiritual world works the same way. The answers come before the problem. All that you need is within you. I know that's so cliche. You know, when you start studying this stuff and you hear all of these terms, you're like, oh my gosh, that's so cliche. Everybody says that. But the shit is true. It's the simple shit. It's the simple thing. So the question is, go back and watch the video where I break down dark matter, aka creating within the darkness. I'm telling you, that is timeless. Like seriously, if I have to pat myself on the back, I'm pat myself on the back for that one. I'm not even lying. I literally spent 40 minutes breaking down darkness and dark matter with definitions for you guys, right? We're in a world where you need to understand that it's a magical world. You're either creating spells or you are being cast in spells, all right? And if you don't believe me, why do you think the word spelling is created or gospel is created? All right? Your words, your spellings are bond. This is why you're bonded to your word in the court of law. This is why you can write something out on a piece of paper and see it come to manifestation. This is why you can speak something into the ethers and have it manifest. Your words are magical. So you want to pay attention to what you agreeing with and what you don't agree with. Right? So you need to understand what darkness is, and you also need to understand how you're judging things in this season as we're moving through this energy. That's going to be important. As we come out of Scorpio season and we move into Sagittarius season, that is where your perception is going to become heightened. But that can also represent a season, now that your perception is heightened, that you may need to take action. Okay? Look at that. Everett said, troubleshooting, you know the results of the particular failures. If the problem is ABC, then the signs will show. Repair will require. Look at that. We need what we need to look at for, because we constructed it. Yep. Yep. Thank you, Everett. Everett is saying you need to look at everything because you constructed it. So you are the problem solver. Okay. That which is I in us all knows what is built, okay, and what to do to fix it. Pounds Everett. Okay. Mona is saying, I used to get mad when people would say the answers within you. As I have grown, it's 100% fact. It is, Mona. It is. It is. It is. Now, let me explain this, because some people may not get this right away. But the answer is not going to come in loudness. It's not going to come when you're running around in chaos. You're going to have to sit your ass down and listen. You're going to have to do that. The answer is not going to come when you're in. It's silent. It's a silent whisper. And if you are not quiet enough, you're not going to hear it. And that's just real talk. That's just real talk. Okay. Yep. Mona just said it. No, it's only in stillness. It's only in stillness. So if you are attempting to get that answer, but you're not going into stillness, you're not going to get it. You are the fucking archetype of your life. You are the archetype, the architect, wait, it's fucking Mercury retrograde. Architect. Yes, you are the architect. You are the builder. You are the co-creator, which means that you know, if the architect builds the building and has the plan, aren't they the first one to tell you where this goes and where this is going and why we need to adjust? You got to think about it like that, people. It's simplicity. Sometimes because everything is so pushed on us, right? We think things are so complicated when it's not. If you can take yourself back to nature and look at the simplicity in nature, it's the same thing within you, because you are nature. Open. Thank you, baby. You can put it right there. Understand? No, yeah. Thank you, baby. So you are part of nature. You will not separate from nature. And when you separate yourself from nature, that is where you start to separate yourself from the magic that dwells in you and around you. Okay. Yep. Everett says, say I am the Godhead, which is according to the song Solomon resides in your darkness/subconscious. The darkness is the path to the light. Oh, come on now. Come on with it. Okay. You can't get to the light without. Okay. First of all, let's just say this, right? This is exactly why I broke down dark matter to you. Because when I broke it down to you, it told, we went through all of the definitions. Like I broke that down meticulously for you so you can understand why they don't teach us that. Because if they teach you that everything really comes from in the darkness and how you can get to that place within darkness, man, listen, ain't nobody, like everybody is going to be operating in their own kings and queens and their own kingdom and stuff. Right? You will not have any more mass looting of energy vampiring off of people for finances and power. You wouldn't have that anymore because everyone would recognize their own power within. Right? This is not about, see, what you need to understand about the spiritual journey. You are welcome, Mona. The spiritual journey has nothing to do with a governmental system or structure, or a church system or structure. The spiritual journey has to do with your relationship with yourself. That's what this journey is about, right? churches and the the Buddha temples and all of these places are not meant to become crutches for you. You can think of them like gas stations. They're meant to maybe go in for you can refuel, learn what you need to learn, and then come out and be the book, be the living word, right? Even at the end of Revelation, it tells you eventually you're gonna have to close the book, honey, because you are the fucking book. You are the word made flesh. You're gonna have to close that book. Okay, so if you've been studying that book for 50, 60 years and some of that book and those words haven't made you flesh, then you're looking outside of yourself. Okay? Can't no pastor, can't no guru, can't nobody else but you fix you. Okay? Nobody. All right? And part of being able to fix yourself is understanding the powers and the energy, right, that we are in. Any mythology that you go back to always speaks of this wonderful power in the ethers or in the heavens, okay? They talk about the principalities and the forces. They talk about the star system and the alignments within the stars. And what they're talking about is energy bodies, bodies of energy, and portals. All of these portals not just dwell within the heavens, they also dwell within the earth's body. Okay, the oceans, the mountains, the Amazons, the rainforests, right? And they also dwell within your personal physical body. We are all connected. We are not disconnected from any of this, okay? And my goal here, as I learn, I grow, and I expand, my goal is to share everything. My goal is to share everything, right? So we're dealing with throat chakra energy and root chakra energy for the full moon. Okay, so let me just give you some root chakra energy information and some throat chakra energy information. And then I'm gonna ask you guys if you have questions, and I'm gonna wrap it up. Okay, so root chakra energy is going to be connected to the Scorpio energy. Okay, when we're talking about root chakra energy, we're talking about the musical C note. So if you need to do any type of tuning or meditation, or if you have a tuning fork, you can definitely tune to the musical note of C, and that can help bring that chakra into alignment. Okay, so the C note is for the root chakra. Okay, the root chakra is also at the base of your spine, right? So this is also responsible for where the Kundalini energy starts to spiral up your spine. Okay, now some of you and if you haven't already started to feel that energy, you can start to feel the Kundalini energy rising up your spine, especially if you're already activated. Don't be surprised if there's heavy Kundalini activity on Saturday, Friday, Saturday, and maybe even Sunday. Okay. The color that you're going to be interacting with when dealing with the root chakra can be red, and sometimes it's referred to as black also. The element of the root chakra is earth elements. You definitely want to ground yourself, okay, when you're utilizing any of this energy, okay? Or when you're doing anything where you're trying to ground this energy. You can ground the energy maybe either by wearing red, okay, maybe even by planting red around the room, right? Some of you may have an overactive root chakra, so you may have to pull out some of the red, okay? Now, the function of the root chakra is really simple. This is all about your vital force, okay? And I kind of broke down in the beginning is exactly what that is responsible for, okay? The organs is your androgen glands, your kidneys, okay? Your spinal column, your colon, your legs, and your bones. Okay. So these are areas that some people, if this root chakra is off balance, can find some type of disease or some discomfort in these organs. Okay. Now, if you're doing any type of gem work with the root chakra, you got rubies, you got bloodstones, red jasper, black tourmaline, obsidian, and smoky quartz are also some stones that you can use coming into this energy, full moon energy on Saturday. Okay. Now, when you're dealing with this energy, okay, because I want you to keep in mind, we're talking about also your Scorpio energy, okay, that energy in the base, right? This is relating to matters within stability, security, okay, health and courage and patience, okay, and also your reproductive organs lie here too. The negative quality when we're dealing with root chakra that is out of balance, you can have insecurity, self-centeredness, okay, a lot of violence. Don't be surprised if you have increased violence over this moon energy, especially when people not doing their work, okay. Anger can also be triggered within the root chakra energy. And this is also where you can find your flight or fight mode. Okay. A lot of fear and anxiety, if it's not grounded, you can find here. Okay. Now, I want to say if I had to connect this to an archetype within the 12 disciples, I would also connect this to the archetype of Judas. Okay. The life conserver. Okay. Now, Judas ain't necessarily a bad thing. And I'm going to break that down in another video because everybody needed Judas, honey. Judas helped Jesus get to where he needed to be Judas needed that. Jesus needed that push from Judas to get going. Okay. So once again, how you judge a thing and how you perceive a thing. It's important. Okay. Throat chakra. Okay. We're dealing with blue color, preferably the sky blue color. The throat chakra is all about the Akashic and the ethereal realm. This is why it is very important. Your vibration, your frequency. Okay. This is what links you to other dimension and other realms. Okay. So your, element is going to be the Akashic field or the ethers, okay? The musical note for the throat chakra, if you need to do any tuning, is going to be the G note, okay? Throat chakra, G note. You can find shit on YouTube, okay? Throat chakra also deals with speech. It deals with sound, vibration, and communication. We do know Mercury's in retrograde, so that is wacky communication. People may not be so clear in how they're communicating, so you definitely do not want to take things personal as we're dealing with this Mercury retrograde energy, okay? The glands and the organs that you need to pay attention to for your throat chakra is going to be your thyroid gland, as well as your hypothalamus. I'm hoping I'm saying that right. Your throat and your mouth. Okay. The gems are going to be blue topaz, lopaz lazuli, and canonite. Okay. And it says here turquoise. I don't know if I'm missing something else next to turquoise, but definitely Google the throat chakra if you want more gems that you can tap into. Okay. When we're talking about foods that you can probably use to stimulate your throat chakra, you want to use blue and purple fruits and vegetables. Okay. Those things are really high in antioxidants, so like blackberries, blueberries. Okay. Beets. Okay. Anything within that color range. All right. Now, what the throat chakra is responsible for, guys, this is this power of the spoken word. This is your speech. Like I said, this is your vibration. This is your dial where you're tuning into frequencies, okay? This is where your spells are created or where you agree to be bind to one person's particular spell, okay? Creative expression, okay? Mona, I missed that message if you want to retype it. The G note, yes, is for your throat chakra, Mona. Okay. So the power of the spoken word, creative expression, your speech, writing is also going to be key. You can write things into being. Okay. Become your own author of your life. Okay. This is also connected because we're connected to the Akashic field and the ethers here. This is also connected to wisdom. Okay. Your throat chakra is connected to wisdom. It's connected to knowledge. It's connected to truth. It's connected to loyalty. Okay. So you need to know that it's connected to honesty. Okay. Being reliable, gentleness, kindness. These are all qualities and lessons that your throat chakra can teach you. Now, if your throat chakra is deficient or if it needs to be balanced, you can find that you have sore throats. You can find that you don't speak up well. You can find that you're a little timid. Okay. So those are just signs. Okay. That you may need to build up your throat chakra. Now, the negative qualities of your throat chakra is you really don't care about what anyone else has to say. It's poor communication in speech or maybe even in the way that you communicate with others. Okay. You use the knowledge that you have unwisely. You're usually trying to one up people, very ignorant in the way you do things, and you may think you know everything, and you lack like discernment and good judgment. Okay, this can also lead into thyroid problems. Okay, so if you're having thyroid problems, you definitely want to pay attention to your throat chakra. That throat chakra portal could be blocked. Okay, and if you have depression, okay, you may also want to tap into the energy from your throat chakra because it can be overactive or it can be underactive and need to be brought into balance. Okay. All right. So I gave a pretty hefty breakdown today about judgment and how you're going to be using that within this dark energy that we're in and how it can work for you. I went in and I'm going to circle back this week. We're going to circle back this week, right? And talk a little bit about the full moon energy and what else you need to know, as well as I'm going to get the channel message that's coming in for you. Okay. So just off the bat, pay attention to your throat chakra and your root chakra as we're coming into Halloween and the blue super moon energy. Okay. I don't know if you guys have any questions for me before I wrap it up. You can let me know. Hey, Lancy, if you get a chance and you just want to put this on in the background while you're doing something, do so, because there's a lot of information about the full moon energy coming up on Saturday that you can benefit from. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Mona said the ancestors been working on me and how I communicate. This is so right on time. I didn't realize that I can be a little harsh. Yeah. Yeah, no, Mona, they will show you. This is what I'm saying. They will call you out on your shit. If you're really doing your work, they'll call you out on your shit. They're not gonna let you stay in a place. They're not gonna let you sit in a place where growth is not an option for you. Okay. All right. You guys got any questions for me? I have finished all of the monthlies, right? So if you're a Patreon member, you will definitely see the monthly videos starting to roll out before Saturday, okay? YouTube, you guys would also see the rollouts definitely by the first of the month because I'm finished with all 12 zodiac signs, okay? Patreon community, you're also going to be getting your ancestor reading as well as the karmic readings next week, okay? And I do have a few videos of lessons for you guys that I have to put up too. So that's going to start being rolled out next week too. Oh, Aisha said, I'm so glad I caught you live. Oh, thank you. Definitely had to own my stuff. Yeah, that's important. If we want to not, Aisha, if we want a smooth transition, we need to. Just call yourself out and just own it, you know? Oh, thank you, Ocean Lover. Angela. Angela, check your email and we can speak privately because I sent you an email to reconvene your session. So just check your email and we'll go over that. But I think I spoke to you about on the last live, Angela, definitely throat chakra getting stronger. And I think if I'm not mistaken, the message that was coming through the last live or maybe even our last session was about you getting stronger and standing up for what you want and speaking your own voice, right? That was the message that was coming through. I don't remember if it was when we spoke privately or if it was on a live, but I know your throat chakra. Yeah. Okay, so check your email. Angela, I need you to check your email and confirm to see if you're good, okay, with the time, all right? The one is calling for accountability after the harvest comes. Yes, thank you. Everett said it. Everett, you on it, Everett, okay? You're on it. So you guys know, like, when all of these, so this is how this works. So you have to understand, right? You're constantly creating energy for another day, right? So your right now moment, right, becomes the moment of your right now tomorrow. So you want to make sure that you're judging your right now moment in this moment properly, okay? That's going to be important. Okay, your right now moment is always going to be your right now moment. But if you're constantly repeating past moments, then you're never in the right moment, right? Okay, it's I know, simple, but yet sometimes so complicated because we get told a whole bunch of bullshit that we don't even need, right? Once again, if you have not checked out Don't Matter, Creating Within the Darkness, the last live, maybe 2 lives ago, you need to do so. I gave a full breakdown of exactly what dark meant, what matter meant, and what darkness meant, and how you can create within the dark. Okay. Now, I am going to be starting my class, Trusting Your Intuition and Communicating with the Spiritual World. That starts the second weekend in November. Okay. It's 5 weeks, my love, on Saturdays for about an hour. Okay. This is not a class where you're taking notes. This is an interactive class. We go through the exercises and go into the spiritual realm. Okay. It's $25 per class. So it's for a donation of $125. If you're interested, you can definitely submit your donation. And you can do a split payment for your donation also. Okay. Trust me, you're not going to leave. You're not going to leave not knowing how to communicate. You're not going to leave not knowing how they speak to you. You're not going to leave not knowing how to tap in when you don't want to. Okay. So for all 5 classes, it's an interactive class, and we go into the spiritual realm for each class. Okay. It's interactive, which means it ain't no notes. You're going to have to do it like they did it back in the days. Okay. You're going to have to do it. That's how they learned back in the days. It was about apprenticeship. It wasn't about taking notes. It was about doing it. Right. And that's what we do in that class. So if you're interested, just hit me up or make your donation, and I'll make sure that you get the information. Okay. All right. Does anybody, let me see. Yep. Everett, I agree with you. I agree with you 110%. Now, one of the things that I do want to recommend that is helping me, and I got this from Kelly, and I've been using it, and it's been coming in, like I'm telling you, this is my go-to. The Hoko Ono prayer, if I'm not mistaken, the Hoko Ono prayer. Let me see if I can find it. It is 4 simple sentences or phrases. It is simply, I am sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. And thank you. That is all. That's it. I am sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. And thank you. And that's a prayer, right? And when you're repeating and you're verbalizing these words, okay? Yeah, simple. It's so simple yet beautiful, right? You literally need to feel yourself saying I'm sorry to everything, everyone. Just feel it, like even in other lifetimes, like just whatever you can send out with a genuine vibe, you want to do that, right? When you're asking for forgiveness and you're saying, please forgive me, feel that. We're tapping into that feeling. And this can be healing, not just for right now energy, but we're talking about also going back into different life cycles based on my research. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Let me see if I can find a link. Let me see if I can find a link. Okay, here it is. I'm going to type it in so you guys know how to find it. Okay, I'm going to type it in so you know exactly how it's spelled. So, because I fucked up the spelling. Y'all know my dyslexia, seeing things backwards. Y'all know I be messing. But I'm going to type it in. And it's a Hawaiian prayer, and it's just those few sentences. Hoponopono prayer. Okay. I think that's how you spell it. Okay. Yeah. It's Jasmine, tell your dad I say he is welcome. Oh, I am so happy he followed up, Jasmine. I'm so happy. Okay. I'm so happy. Jasmine said her dad, I said in the live that somebody needed to go to the doctor, and it was him, and he's saying thank you, y'all. I'm so happy. I try to hold no will towards anyone. Yes. And Angela, this, if I can be honest, I've been doing this for over a week now, and it has been working. I woke up today. The kids are like, what is going on with you? You're extra happy and excited. And I just came in from meditating. Right. And it's just simple. I just sat, looked at the lake, and it was simple. It is simply, I am sorry. And when you say, I am sorry, you can just sit for a couple of seconds and feel it and send out the sorry to whatever, to whomever, whatever situation. You know, you can even send it out to heal things that you don't even know needs healing, right? And you let it sit. And then you say the next sentence, please forgive me. And you breathe that in and you just let that sit and you feel it. You feel it. You feel it. You feel it, right? And then I love you. You know, and what I do is I repeat it. And what I do is I repeat it a few times, guys, right? I repeat it a few times, right? And I thank you. Okay? That's it. That's it. 5 minutes, a breath of 5 minutes, guys. And I'm telling you, hey, love, give me 5 minutes. Yeah, I'm going to call you back in 5 minutes. I'm almost done. Okay. So you understand? And that ushers in forgiveness. Okay. That ushers in love. That ushers in that you don't have to hold on to heaviness anymore. You don't have to feel liable or bond to people because they're keeping you locked up in shit that happened 3-4 years ago, 10 years ago. You don't have to keep anyone hostage anymore, right? You can let this go. Okay. All right. So let's see. Prayers of wellness going out to your father's God. Oh, yes. Okay. Sending him lots of healing energy. Okay, Everett said, I'm learning in sovereignty to accept all that others have done around rather than feel targeted by them. Yep, I feel for them. Yep, I had a guy go all the way off at a bar the other day rather than handle him. I felt for him in his outburst and left it alone. Everett, that's how I know we are on a different path. That's how I know we've transitioned, Everett. I feel the same way. And I tell y'all something, Gargamel is cranking it. Gargamel is cranking it. Gargamel is spreading rumors. Gargamel is telling lies. My daddy just died, but Gargamel is doing a whole bunch of fucked up things. Gargamel got people on social media telling lies. There's a whole bunch of fuckery going on with Gargamel, right? But I feel sorry for Gargamel because of what Everett said. I know that's trauma, you know, and Kelly put it to me best. She said, you know, there's truth and then there's a narrative. You're standing on truth. Everybody's going to have their narrative. So the narrative is going to be the narrative, but the truth is always going to be the truth, right? And you can stand on truth. I feel in my heart now, I don't need, you know, sometimes, you know, I used to feel like I have to let people know, like you need to, I don't feel that way anymore. Now I can see people's traumas. Now I can see people's brokenness. And I don't have to respond to your trauma or to your brokenness because I've judged and discerned things differently. So Everett, you're already creating within the dark. Everett is already using the judgment system that we talked about today. He's already using it. Yep. Yep. Ocean Lover said it. So sometimes we don't realize how harshly we treat ourselves. You know, it's quick for you to forgive somebody else, but you don't forgive yourself for doing something. No. Yeah. Yep. Yep. And Angela, this is something that you, and can I just tell you something, Angela? If you spend 21 days, Angela, just 21 days of reprogramming yourself how to speak positively, I think I gave you guys the name of this book already. The Power of the Spoken Word by Florence Sheen. The Power of the Spoken Word. Okay, Angela, if you can get that book, The Power of the Spoken Word. It is not a big book. It is literally not a big book. It is a thin book, maybe 72 pages. It's probably on 100 pages. I believe the book is on 100 pages. Okay. Thank you, Angela. I believe the book is on 100 pages, Angela, but it really helps you to understand how your words are spells, and your words and your spellings create your reality, right? Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I feel sorry for Gargamel too. But can I tell you something, Mona? That's trauma. That's brokenness. And that's why I feel sorry. You know, when somebody doesn't have love, has never experienced love, they don't know what love is, and they really want love more than anything, but they repel it away. That's Gargamel's situation. They love for them, it has nothing to do with unconditional no pain. Love for them is attached to pain. It is attached to toxicity. It's attached to dysfunction. It's attached to misery. It's attached to all of those things. That's how they validate love. I don't do that. You know, I don't do that. I actually feel sorry for Gargamel. As a matter of fact, I was telling Kelly and Kim the other day that, I found myself like, oh my goodness, because I see the things that's coming down the pipe for Gargamel. Like I see the things, right? And I was asking like, damn, I got to go pray for mercy, and they shut me down. No, this is fucking recompense season. Gargamel created all of that shit. You can't ask for mercy for that. That's like fucking telling the universe, oh no, she did that, but don't, no, give her a pass. No, overlook that. Oh no, she didn't mean that. No, 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 no. They were like, get up out of that shit. Step back. You're not in this drive-by. Let recompense happen, okay? And if you're going to ask for mercy, you ask for mercy for you and yours that wasn't doing the fuckery. That's what you do, right? But I feel sorry for Gargamel because I know where it comes from. It comes from a place of brokenness. It comes from a place of not feeling like you're enough, And because you don't feel like you're enough, or because you don't feel like you're worthy, you project outwardly that nobody else is enough and nobody else is worthy. Because if I can't have it and it's not, then nobody else can. You understand? Yeah, you just got to step back, right? Sometimes you got to step back and let people implode. Not even explode, but implode. Okay, implosion from the inside out. Yeah. Okay. Everett said, I spent the last 3 months in my darkness, embracing all of my hurts. And I found all of my ancestors' pain. That's when the light came in. Oh man, Everett, was that did you have, and when you were going through that, was that part of, did any of that have an out of body experience attached to that? Because I don't know why I feel like energy buzzing in my body. Was any of that like an out of body experience? Any energetic shift? Like, did you literally feel that transition in your body, or was it just mentally? Yes, Angela, The Power of the Spoken Word by Florence Shin. She's in pain. Yep. So she's hurting others. That's exactly right, Angela. Man, every family got at least a Gargamel. Ocean lover. Yes, it does. Oh shit, you call yours be the guy. Ocean lover, I'm telling you. You know why I say Gargamel? Because you remember how Gargamel used to come out just hunting them down? Like, Gargamel be coming to hunt your ass down, honey, okay? They come find you to bring the bullshit. You don't even try to go up their alley. They come find you with the bullshit. No more feeling sorry, Taylor Love. Hey, Chris, how you doing, sweetie? You had a few astral experiences? Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, Everett, you got to know your ancestors are deep. You got a lot of people surrounding your bed too, Everett. I don't know what you were in a past lifetime, but you got like people standing there, like they lining up your fucking bed, Everett. It felt like you were pregnant. For a week, Everett said he went through feeling. Yeah, that can also indicate that you're going through a type of ascension. Nausea, feel like you get the chills. Okay. Yep. Ocean lover. That was Gargamel. Gargamel come find you. You really? Oh, Everett. Anubis? Huh. You know, it's interesting you said that. That's probably why I see, because what I'm seeing, like and you may want to go back and look into that, Everett, because you may have been a king or some type of high priest. Shit. And I'm even hearing high priestess too, Everett. You've taken on female and masculine form. So you've been a woman and a man already in different lifetimes. Definitely what I'm picking up is if you're going back to the ancient time, you were definitely someone in high stature, because what I'm seeing at your bed is like, like, and I don't know from what dynasty this is, but it's like ancient looking people, and they have those things like those staffs, and they're standing straight up, and they have on headrests. Okay. So you may want to, I don't know if you've ever had a, what do they call these regressions? Okay. But you definitely have ancient energy around you. I'm not just talking about ancestors that's, from 100 years ago. We're talking about going back to, Egyptian, is what I'm seeing. Okay. Okay. I'm strongly tied to the ether. I am 3 lines of shaman families. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. Yeah. And yeah, And if I could be honest with you, one of them could have been like a medicine woman too, because I see herbs. I see herbs and I see a woman, and I don't know if this is you or maybe even within the family dynamics, but there is this lady and she's an herb. Do you know, like, in the Spanish culture, they have like these bowls, like these stone bowls. I don't know what they call them, but and then they got like a stone like grinder thing. You can grind your herbs and your spices in them, right? So Everett, I see this lady and she has one of those bowls and she's like grinding herbs. Okay. So I don't know if this is a guide or ancestor, if this is you in yeah, past life regression. Thank you. I don't know if this is you, Everett, or if this is a past life regression. Okay. But definitely herbalists. Okay. If you are not already drawn to herbs, and if that does not come to you naturally, okay, I see that already in your timeline, right? And I also fucking see, once again, like, I see dynasty shit. We're talking about like ancient shit going back to the fucking like pharaohs and shit. Okay, whoever you were or whatever you was going on there, literally this energy is still at your fucking bed. And I don't know if that's you've tapped in. I don't know what's going on, but they are at your bed, and it's not just one side of your bed. Like, they lined up on both sides of your bed, like they fucking protecting the bed, yo. Okay. Maru, the empire of the south of Egypt, my mother's and okay. Okay, I'm done. Okay, I'm done. Okay, you confirmed it. Yep, they did, honey. Tap it. Yep, they are there. Yep. Your bed is protected. You sleep like a king in the spiritual realm. You got, and it's not one, it's like you got 3 on this side, 3 on that side, and 3 on this side. You got head, middle, foot, middle, foot, middle, head. Like your whole bed, dude. Your whole bed. The third line is old. Okay, Europeans from the chronogram. Oh, shit! You got some fucking history. Hey, Brittany, how are you? You got some history, Everett. Have you ever did a past life regression, Everett? That would be really interesting to see what you come out with, honey. I don't know if Everett have ever done a past life regression. Oh, a martyr and a pistol. Thank you, Ashley. That's what it's called. That's what I see. That's what I see. Yep. Yeah. Chris, you can take yourself back in past life. You can find things on YouTube that could take you back in past life. You can do it for yourself. You can do it in meditation. See, what happens is you just don't trust yourself sometimes. When we go through this thing, you don't trust, some of the information, oh no, that can't be true. Oh my God, that can't be true, So immediately, because it can't be true, you shut shit down. But your past life shit comes to you all of the time. All the time it comes to you if you're open to it. Oh, I go straight to the Council of Mothers when I go to sleep. Oh my gosh. I'm carrying dog energy back every time. I haven't done a past regression yet. Okay. Yep. Okay. Everett, are you writing this stuff down, Everett? Are you making sure you're documenting this stuff as you're going? Yeah, Mona said that she did it. Mona Mayat said she did the past life regression, and it's very interesting, and she would recommend it to everybody. I did one of myself. And also, like Everett, a lot of my information also comes through my guides. That's how I know. I was a scientist in a past lifetime. And I want to say I have not had many life cycles on Earth. And as a matter of fact, I think I told you guys this time around, I did not really want to come back. But I needed to come back because there was a change. There was things happening. A lot of us were assigned to come back. There were a lot of volunteers, but a lot of people also chosen to come back. I didn't want to come back. I don't understand half the fucking shit that happened on this Earth. I'm going to tell y'all right now. Half of this shit is crazy to me. I'm going to be honest. No, I have not. I have not. It's in my chart also, Ocean Lover. It's in my chart also. I do not have a lot of life cycles here on Earth. Let me see. Everett said, I'm at the mode of development that is so open. Anyone with sight can see it. Uh-huh. Yep, I believe you. Um, some just see my mother's, the bear, the wolf, and the owl. And very powerful. Okay, Everett, you know what's interesting? I don't remember which sign when I did the readings. I can't remember which sign, but I know I talked about tapping into your spiritual animals, your spiritual guides also, because the spiritual animals or your spiritual guides, the animal guides are coming through strong. She only said she wasn't here for, okay, only did it show up in your chart too? Yeah, I'm not, I haven't been here. This is not, I haven't done this a lot. And it always, and it's interesting because I would always stare at the sky and feel like I'm missing home. It is really not until I began to understand that's why you fucking missing home. Hello, you know. I can go anywhere with my ancestral memory, and it would always have. Okay, yep, Everett, you are right. I was a warrior in the past life. Particularly a brutal one. Yeah. Let me tell you something. All of your past life is not happy-go-lucky either. Some some people did some fuckery, and you had to come back and redo some things, right? I was just listening to I don't remember which one of my podcasts or my shows when they talked about a particular lady that her kundalini energy exploded her chakras, and it took her several lifetimes to come back to rebuild her chakra wheel. Okay, because the kundalini energy exploded and she wasn't grounded, so it exploded and blew up all her chakra system. So she had to come back for several lifetimes to be able to repair her 7 chakras. Okay. Let's see. Galaxy Goddess said, Jason Stephen has a past life regression meditation. Mine came to me in dreams. I was extremely powerful, which oh shit, Jasmine, that don't surprise me. That does not surprise me. I told y'all in the past life I got killed because I did something I wasn't supposed to do. I was a high priestess. I knew magic very well. And one of the things that you were not supposed to do was to use magic to bring somebody back from the dead. I was in love with somebody and they got killed unfairly, and I used magic and I brought them back from the dead. So they killed me. I got killed for that. Let's see. Ocean Lover, I completely get that from me. Yeah. Only said she was a scientist too. Yep. I was definitely a scientist. I was a witch. And let me just tell you guys something. Hey Jay, how are you? Jay, if you get a chance, replay maybe the first 45 minutes. I break down the energy that we're in, as well as the super blue moon coming up on Saturday. Okay, there's a lot of information that you can get from the first half of the video. Oh my gosh. Okay, only maybe that's where we fucking connected, because I swear to you, that is the type. That's where I was. That is where I was. That is why I am fucking obsessed with quantum physics, right? But if I can be honest with you, right, just from my archaic memory, what they know now in quantum physics can't even compare to the shit that we know back then. They have not even tipped the iceberg. Okay? I'm telling you right now. Science as you know it, okay, like we have not even tipped the iceberg. And I don't know if you picked up on that only, but yeah. Quantum physics was my shit. Okay. Dimension jumping was my shit. And I would go as far as to tell you this much. Only what I found out as all of this was being downloaded to me, that's exactly what I was, an archetype of creating dimensions. Right now, when you begin to go into the realm of creating dimension and becoming an archetype, we're not talking about building physical things. Okay. We're not talking about building physical things. I'm talking about an archetype of creating dimension deals with sacred geometry. Okay, so we're talking about strictly high level sacred geometry. We're not talking about math here. We're literally talking about creating sacred geometrical symbols and signs to create worlds. Okay, that is how spaces fit. If you can think about how the shape of a snow cone or snowflake, right? Literally, I was responsible for creating different type of snowflakes, aka sacred geometrical shapes, which are spaces, aka dimensions, realms. Okay. Yeah. Almost everyone who listens to you can probably think so. So celestial. Yeah, I'm telling you. Sometimes you want to know something, ocean lovers. Sometimes when I talk to people, they're like, "Oh my god, here she go with that spiritual." The kids, oh my gosh, mom, you and your spiritual stuff. Does everything need to be about that? Like today, I was yelling at my son because I said something. I'm like, your words, your words. I told you, your words create things. You don't like it now, but you are going to thank me for this. Your words, watch your words. You know, they think I'm crazy, but what can I say? I am constantly, he's like, Mom, I was agreeing with you. You said, and I said, well, I don't like the words that you used. That didn't sound like you were agreeing. He just looked at me like, okay, Mom, okay. He is going to thank me for this. I know he does not know that now, but he will thank me for this one day. Okay. He don't even know. This, my children don't even know how lucky. What? They got no clue. No clue. The wisdom that's being imparted on them right now. Because they just think I'm mom. So they don't take none of the things I say seriously. Okay. So Chris said, Miss Kimoy, if I am a shaman, does that mean my 12-year-old daughter is one too? First of all, your 12-year-old daughter, just so you know, so Chris, let me explain this to you, okay? And especially for the women, right? You guys need to understand that you're portals. So Chris, your 12-year-old daughter could have been your mother from another lifetime. Your 12-year-old daughter, Chris, could be more older than you on an ancient realm. Okay. And the fact that she's 12 lets me know that she probably is more ancient than you, because you got a lot of the lighter beings coming in now. The energy here on earth is not so dense. A lot of these kids are coming in knowing. Okay. That's why they're so tech, they could just get shit like this. They're a lot faster. They pick up, they're a lot more in tuned. Okay. So your 12-year-old daughter is possibly a lot older than you are, Chris. Her soul is a lot more older than you are. Okay. All right. And she's a seer too. Okay. She's a seer too. She sees things. I don't know how much she shares. All right. Or if she does not put it in that means of a seer, it's kind of like she just knows. She doesn't know how she knows, but she just knows. Okay. And that's a gift that you want to nurture. Okay. You want to nurture that. Yeah. But she's more ancient than you, Chris. Okay. And you might want to even trust her, ask her opinion and things, okay? Because children are not so weighed down and they don't think as much as we do. They can just cut to the chase and give you some answers, honey, okay? Yeah, all right, she's very wise. Yeah, I was killed in one of them and cursed the people who murdered me. I mean, it was interesting to explain. That's why I'm drawn to magic. That does not surprise me, Jasmine. That does not surprise me at all. Okay, only said she picked up on that. Okay, let's see what else we got. Everett said, I was informed at least 3 times of my shamanic path. Ocean Lover, I hope you're tapping into that. Because what's gonna happen, Ocean Lover, is gonna keep pulling you. I was running from this thing for 15 years, y'all. I was told over 20 years ago that I would be doing this, right? That was when I got my first prophecy. When I got the prophecy, I looked at the people like they were crazy. I knew nothing about prophets. I knew nothing about this realm. I just looked at them like they were crazy, I was told over 20 years ago that I would be on the internet and I would be able to reach a lot of people. They told me this 20 years ago. 20 years ago, you had dial-up internet, so I could not see that shit. Y'all know dial-up. Y'all know you couldn't get on the phone. 20 years ago, you couldn't get on the phone. I couldn't have my phone and be on the internet 20 years ago, y'all. That was not happening. Okay? So the person that gets the prophecy or gets that word, ocean lover, is not the same person that actually fulfills the journey. So you're constantly evolving as you're going through the process. So the mere fact that you're even tuned into this live lets me know that you are on your path. Okay, that's not by coincidence. All of us right here, right now on this live, and those of you that are tuning in and that are part of the community, you co-signed an agreement to meet me here at this time so we can remember together. We are remembering together. Okay. Now, let me just circle back to Chris and his daughter. I was trying to explain to you with the kids now that are coming into this dimension, they choose their parents. You are not choosing your children. Your children are choosing you. Understand that. Okay. Your children are choosing you, and your children are choosing what portals, what life, what home, whatever they need to be able to help mold them to finish whatever assignment they're here for. Okay. So they have to go through the same thing as you. They got to map it all out before they come down here. Okay. So, yeah, your children are choosing you. Okay. Let's see. Everett said science has only just figured out paired molecules. When we get into resonance and vibe generation, we can move matter and swap. Oh, come on now, Everett. And some of us are already doing that. Right? Some of us are already doing that. So something that's been happening to me for years, and I don't know if any of you can feel this. And I think I've been talking about this for over a year now. Okay. I keep telling you guys that we are constantly jumping in and out of dimensions. I think I even mentioned on a few lives how you can begin to tell that you have jumped dimension. I also talked about in the beginning of the year that dimensions are collapsing on each other, right? So it's kind of like your highest self is falling into you. Everything is being compressed into one, right? I went into some examples of how I measure whether or not I'm in dimensions, right? I measure stuff by the spaces in the room. Sometimes the spaces in the room get smaller, like the space between the bed will get smaller or it would expand, right? Now, when it expands, I know I have jumped dimension. And to be really honest with you, I have jumped several dimensions from the time that I started talking about this, because the space between the bed has expanded a lot. Before I couldn't even put my hand through there. Now I can put a fist through the space. This shit is real. Okay, go research this. They tell you we're constantly jumping in and out of dimensions. Sometimes when you sit a pair of keys down and you come back and you know you put your keys there and it's not there, and you walk out the room, walk all over and come back and the keys is there, you just swap, you just bounce back and forth between dimensions. Right? Even in quantum physics, they teach you, yes, we are remembering together, ocean lover. Even in quantum physics, they teach you that all dimensions are simultaneously happening, or all possibilities are simultaneously happening at the same time. The only one that you get to experience is the one that you focus on, right? Yes. Okay. So SMN said, I've been all over quantum. I love quantum jumping, quantum physics, quantum anything quantum. Okay. Quantum physics for me demolishes all of the reasoning that you cannot have anything that you want, or you cannot experience anything. In quantum physics, it teaches you that you are not tied to any one possibility or to any one outcome. The only possibility or outcome that you are tied to is the one in which you give more vibration to, more attention to. They have proven this in laboratories. Therefore, whoever gets your attention, whoever gets your energy, whoever gets your feeling, okay, gets that manifestation, gets that expression of whatever it is you're vibrating at or feeling. Okay. That's important to know. All right. Oh yeah. Dimension jumping is real. You can, and let me tell you something, you can literally jump out of this dimension and jump into tomorrow's dimension. When you think you have deja vu, that is because you've been there and now you finally caught up. A lot of times you have deja vu is because you've already been there, either in the astral realm or you've jumped dimensions, and now time has sped up and you're here. There is no past, present, or future. Everything is happening simultaneously. I know that's kind of confusing to understand, because then you got to debunk all of the other shit that we talk about, but everything is happening simultaneously right now. Right now. The only thing that you have is right now. This is why when people get stuck in the past, you can experience things like you were still in that right now moment in the past. Okay, so you need to know that. Okay, all right, y'all. I gotta go. I appreciate each and every one of you. Okay. I forgot that I forgot that I told somebody I was gonna call them back. I forgot I told my love I was gonna call them back. I forgot. When I get on here with y'all, the time just be going. Just just be going. Okay. Yep, you change your vibration, you change your energetic environment, and everything there, boom, there you go. All dimensions are present at once. And in is time, space, and Everett, let me just Everett, see, Everett just hit something here. So one of the things that we probably might tap into, and I teach about this behind the scenes in my classes, when you have the understanding of what space is and what time is and what matter is, this is why, let me tell y'all, this is why I love being a scientist in another lifetime. I haven't picked it up as a profession in this lifetime, but real talk, okay? All right, my loves. I love each and every one of you. I will be back this week and I will have more details about the full moon and the super blue moon. I will also have dates and any channel messages that come in, okay? Don't forget to try to do that Hoko Ono prayer. I hope I said that properly. 4 words, okay? I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you and thank you, okay? All right, y'all. I'm going to see you guys tomorrow. Bye, everybody.